Hello and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. I'm Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I'm a spiritual medium and intuitive reader. I have a message for Virgo today, and to let you know how this works, I have asked my guides in spirit to bring a beneficial message for you through the cards that will be helpful for you as you navigate what's going on this week. And if you are new to the channel, so glad that you're here. I strongly encourage you and invite you to subscribe so you can stay in contact with this high vibration information from the other side every week. That consistent support is really important to us. And if you're returning, I'm so grateful for you being here, and I appreciate your support. And I also really love the opportunity and this shared journey that we're on of going through these cards and understanding what's going on. So thank you again for sharing your time. Let's go straight into your reading, Virgo. This is a bit of a week. That's all I'm going to say. Now, we've got the Tower for the energy that the universe is presenting you. This often is a bit of a shocking card. It can mean a big upheaval, but we're talking about a big, whatever it is in the outer world is also mirrored in the inner world. So you're given a chance to uproot some old belief patterns, some old ways of dealing with life that actually just didn't work. But often this comes unexpectedly, and none of us like unexpected change like that, right? But that's part of the trauma associated with this energy, is that it just kind of comes out of the blue and you're like, oh my God, I wasn't expecting that. And how do I deal with this? And it almost feels like this building is a metaphor for belief. What are things that we build our beliefs on? All of a sudden something, this lightning bolt at the top, comes to attack the tower, and every belief that we've built up in this particular area just kind of comes tumbling down. So we're focusing on kind of the negative consequences of this, but the real question is, why does the universe send this to you? It's really an opportunity for the old to fall away so that the new can come out, and it's the new belief, the new thing that you're going to replace this with, that is going to benefit you in the long run. And sometimes the tower also represents like an, oh wow, a revelation moment, and suddenly everything is different, suddenly everything is changed. So that's a long time with this tower energy. Let's talk about how you deal with it. We've got the Eight of Cups. So part of you wants to retreat from the scene of the crime, or the words that are coming through. You kind of want to get away from this and this chaos, this feeling of, oh my God, I don't kind of know what's going on. And you want to dive pretty deep into your emotional waters, but you're also recognizing that this is a bit of a spiritual, getting the word destination. So this is you're recognizing that this is helping you get to a spiritual destination, but for you, it's bringing up more of an emotional process than it is a rational or an impulsive process. This is more like, okay, I'm gonna dive deep in there and see really what was making me upset. So on one hand, there's some investigation going on, but on the other hand, there's also, it's almost like an over dramatic response to this tower. You're kind of like, well, then I have to cut out everything. I have to let go of everything. And this Eight of Cups is just like, fine. It throws all the cups most of the cups to the universe and just says, fine, I'm going down. But that's not what's going on here. So this is kind of complex psychologically. So let's keep going. We've got the Nine of Pentacles on one side, the 10 of Swords going in there, and then on the other side, the 8 of Swords. So our flow is trying to go this way, but we've got the 10 of Swords in the middle. So again, we see you trying to grapple with this energy of the tower, that something happens that means such a big change of life, or such a different way of looking at the world for you. And you feel like your harmony is completely gone. Like that world you knew where you were in there. It was harmonious, it was comfortable, and you feel like that has gone. And they were pulling my attention, my guides were pulling my attention to this bird up here tearing through the cloth. It's like the cape is what was helping her fly before, but now because it's been pierced, it's like someone or something has burst your bubble, and you're just kind of not sure of how to navigate through that. And again, you feel like, I will never feel at peace again. I'm never going to feel okay. I'm never going to feel balanced. I'm never going to feel at home or at ease again. And that's not what's going on. The tower is coming to help purify. It's coming to help clean out those old energy, that old stuff that's not helping you navigate and flow through your world anymore. So the Eight of Swords comes out on the other side, and because we've got so many swords here, this is saying to me that a lot of this is happening in your mind. This is a mental thing. This is thoughts, which thoughts are exciting to me because thoughts are something we can work with. Thoughts are something we can change. So they're trying to tell you, they're trying to reassure you that all of this turmoil and upheaval you're feeling right now is temporary. And what I love about this is when you look at, let me hide this one for a second. When you look at these two cards on the same level, here you have something tearing through it. Almost on the same level, you have this tiny little hummingbird, which is trying to give you some hope. It's trying to say there's joy in this process. There's a little bit of lightness. There's a little bit of luck almost. It's kind of like information came to you at the right time. So, and then the other funny thing that I'm just noticing now is that these thorns are forming a rough heart. Do you see that? And the hummingbird is the joy of the heart. So this is kind of like a trust your heart moment in the process, not your head. Your head is going nuts trying to sort out what has happened and what do we have to do to go forward? How do I have to reinvent this belief? Your head is just like that. But this is saying, quiet down, head, quiet down, and touch into that heart a bit more. Remember, this was the card. And look at all that green on there. Look at all that heart chakra green, saying this is giving you a deeper harmony. All of those beliefs that were sitting there on the surface, kind of clogging up the channel, are not in harmony with your true self. They're not in harmony with who you really are, which is that spark of the divine, that ever evolving, ever expanding and growing and learning spark of the divine. And the head type of learning is not sometimes the learning that we need to be doing. It's actually the expansion of the heart. What we're learning is to open our hearts even more. What tends to close our hearts is concretization, maybe I just made a new word, of the heart. It's the places that our heart likes to harden, or the places where the heart likes to close, or the places where the heart says, well, I'll love this, but not that. That's what we're really here to learn how to do. On the other side, we're just pure positive energy. We're part of this pure love. But when we come down to earth, which is a negative energy plane, just naturally, we see divisions. We see, yes, this, not that, and yes, this person and not this person, and yes, this belief and not this belief. And that tends to close and harden our heart. So this is just I'm explaining all this so that you get kind of the bigger picture of what's happening here. This is not reinventing your head. This process is actually helping to open your heart a bit more, but it just feels so unsettling in the head that we're just kind of like, what do we do? So let me see if they'll give us some advice. Let me just look at these cards for a second. Yeah, I think it's quite clear. I think we've already actually said it. What I love about cards is that you see things visually. So we've got green, we have red here, and then the little hummingbird has red and green on there. So this is talking about trusting the heart in this process. So whenever you can, when you're meditating or when you have time, just sit and check into your heart energy. Okay, Adriana, what does that mean? That means you want to feel into this area, the front, the sides, and the back. And just notice what you feel. Does it feel cold? Can I feel nothing? Does it feel a little agitated? Does it feel warm in some spots? And all you're doing is investigating. If it feels cold, that's okay. If it feels warm, that's okay. No judgment, you're just investigating. And if you like guided meditations, looking for guided meditations that touch you in with that heart energy, will give you just a sense of serenity in this whole process that will help you trust that this unfolding is all part of it. And sometimes it's a little messy, and none of us likes messy, but sometimes it's necessary to give you that bigger sense of self and connect you to why you're really here. So if you've got questions about this, please reach out in the comments. I know that was it was kind of a lot of unsettling stuff in there, but again, if you have questions about how to reconcile that, please just reach out. And I also want to let you know that I'm available for one-on-one private readings over Zoom. If you ever have questions or areas that you'd like to clarify, very happy to act as your channel for spirit. So look forward to seeing you next time, and have a great week.